all the focus now is on the playoffs, and I understand that. But I just wanted to ask you, I've talked to some people. You look at what you've accomplished at your quarterback position. I mean, the 5,300 yards, all the touchdowns. Some have told me that they think this might be the best that year you've had. I mean, in some measurements, right? And you played an awful long time. Do you feel that way? Do you feel like you're playing your best football?
I feel like it's, for me, always about the team success. So, it's hard to compare one year to another. I feel like I've felt like I want to play as a championship level player. That's what I've said for a long time. And when I'm not able to do that, I said a long time ago, when I suck, I'll retire. But what I really meant was when, I'm not capable of leading the team to victory, then someone else has to do the job. So I feel like I can do that. Now, obviously, we put ourselves in a decent position to, now we're in the postseason and we got to take care of a very tough opponent. But, I just love being out there with the guys, see if we can go, beat a really tough Eagle team. And this team's going to challenge us, and I'm going to have to play good football.
Go to Jeneline.
Hey, Tom, last week, Cyril Grayson gave us this great story about how last year you were really hard on him. And I think that was when he was still on the practice squad. And he's not the first practice squad guy to say that, that has expressed that you've, shown an interest in helping those guys. Just can you speak to the importance of planting those seeds with guys that are maybe at the bottom of the roster, maybe on the practice squad? Because this time of year, those are the guys that you ultimately have to depend on, right?
Yeah, I think it's important, to put a lot of pressure on guys, because you don't know how they're going to react. And if they're not in their plan, you don't get to see it very often. But, when they get their chance, you don't want it to be the first time that they're, put them in a pressurized situation. So, I am tough on those guys. Sometimes it's, I do something that I kind of, force the issue and create some arbitrary pressure just to kind of see how they react. Because, it's not like Mike needs that, or it's not like Chris needs that. But young guys who haven't played, they need that. And you want to see how they respond to the adversity.
Or Greg Allman.
Hey, Tom, I want to ask you about Tristan Worfs. Obviously, the O-line has started to get some recognition with the Pro Bowls and such. But I want to ask you just about Worfs and the confidence that you've grown to have in him. I know he's been there every snap you've been here in Tampa, but for a guy in his second year to have already built that up with you, what that means.
I think he's done an amazing job. He's a great player. He's a great person. He's a great teammate. He's a great worker. Just does a great job in his position and takes the coaching, tries to apply it, means a lot, cares a lot. He's obviously got a very bright future. And he's really, in football, you got to earn the respect of people, and nothing's given to you. And I think the people that don't make it, they're entitled to something. Tristan's the opposite of that. Tristan wants to go out and earn it every day, and he wants to do a great job. And he's proven to everybody that he could be counted on. And it's just a great compliment to him and what he's been able to accomplish, to have, the whole organization have the kind of faith in him that we all do.
Joey Knight.
Tom, everybody has said, when the playoffs come, Tom Brady turns it up a notch. I'm just curious how that manifests itself. Do you literally watch more film? Do you meet with position groups a little more often to pay more attention to detail? How does that manifest itself?
I feel like I always try to give everything I have. I feel like I always try to, I think naturally just the urgency goes up because there's more energy around what we're doing, and there's more energy on the field, and everyone wants to come back and play in these games. And it's just kind of, there's more people that want to come to the games. There's more fans. There's a pep rally tomorrow, I guess. So there's just a lot of more excitement. There's fewer teams playing. There's, more coverage, and everyone's paying attention. So you got to feel it. You got to feel the urgency, and you got to go out there and you got to get the job done.
Sarah Walsh.
Hi, Tom. When you look at the Eagles right now, what jumps out to you the most about their defense and the challenge that they're going to present to you?
Well, they have a lot of good players. They obviously got a very good front. They're really settled in at linebacker. They're playing really well at linebacker. And, they got a very veteran secondary who's playing very well together. Talented players at all the positions. They're a very good defense. They make you earn everything. You make a mistake, you get a penalty, you're going to punt. The ball gets batted up in the air, they're going to intercept it. You hold on the ball too long, they're going to strip sack it. So it's a team that just doesn't let you off the hook. And I think they do a good job of their coverages. They show enough disguise. They're all covering for one another. There's really good communication. I could tell that. So really well coached defense with, a lot of good players. It makes it, tough for the offense to score.
Rob Matty.
Tom, you just mentioned the Eagles are a team that don't let you off the hook. Their fans don't let you off the hook either. I know you talked about in the podcast the other night about they always remind you about that drop pass in the Super Bowl. I'm wondering, how aware are you? Those fans are obsessed with you not shaking Nick Foles' hand after that game. Are you aware of that?
No, I'm not.
We'll go to Kevin
I've
O'Donnell.
shaken Nick's hand plenty of times though. So I had a lot of respect for Nick, and I try to be a good sport as best I can. I know it doesn't always look like that because sometimes I get a little pissed out there, but for the most part, I try to be a good sport.
We'll go to Kevin O'Donnell.
Hey, Tom, you've played in a lot of adverse conditions weather-wise in your career, but since coming to Tampa, you really haven't had a lot of rain games. Sunday, unfortunately, we could have some rain, heavy winds. How do you prepare? Can you prepare for a game that has potential heavy rains coming when you've been here in Florida and not getting it during the week?
I played in a lot of them over the years, so you got to handle it. It's with some mental toughness, first of all. Physical prep isn't much different. I mean, we haven't had a lot of rain this year. We did in the Patriot game, so we're a little bit used to it. Maybe some different cleats, but just depending on what the weather's going to be. So, I've had a lot of experience in the Northeast to have a lot of different weather conditions. So I'll be ready for it.
We have time for two more. We'll go to Ira Kaufman and finish with John Romano.
Tom, your record in the postseason is 34-11. Among all your accomplishments, where's that number rank? 34-11 in the playoffs.
It's a good question. If you had asked me what my record was, I would have said I don't know. So it's just the reality of, I think, doing this and staying focused on what's ahead and not looking back. And I'd love to get to 35-11. That would be my answer. We got to go win a very tough game against a great opponent.
Last question will come from John Romano.
Hey, Tom, the team has done a really good job with that next man up philosophy all season long. But as different guys come in at receiver, tight end, running back, how has that changed things for you in terms of what you do on the field? How has the offense evolved from September until January?
It's evolved a lot. A lot of guys have gotten different snaps, and you just look at the running backs on the roster, you look at the receivers on the roster. A lot of guys have come and gone. We've added a bunch of different guys. BP's playing a role. We just added, someone to our practice squad today. Guys been in and off the practice squad. So you just got to do the best you can do. Show up to work every day, try to work with everybody, throw to everybody, communicate to everybody. We're all in the same meetings and build up some trust over the course of the season. And when guys get their opportunity, they got to go take advantage of it.